Legendary C3PO is coming to the game, and C3PO is going to be unlocked with any 5 Ewoks. So, there was a guide posted on Reddit by Dago, who also has a YouTube channel, and I did interview him, and what we're going to talk about in this video is which Ewoks are the best, which Zetas are the best, which Omegas are the best, which ones do I gear up, and how do I mod the Ewoks to get the most out of them, depending on if this event is going to be very difficult, like the Chewie event that required bounty hunters. Now, I recorded this video before the announcement was made, so let's listen into this conversation. C3PO is coming to the game, and most likely, it looks like we're going to need Ewoks to unlock C3PO. We don't know for sure. We don't know what the event's going to be like, but I wanted to make a quick video along with Dag right here with us, who did this fantastic guide about murder bears and Ewoks. How's it going this evening?
Yep, not too bad.
In the description, there's a link to your channel, well known for the Ewoks beating the Revan team. Is that correct?
Yep, that was the first one that really blew up.
And I think Ewoks are going to be very important. I think they're quite misunderstood. They're quite underrated. Would you say that?
Oh yeah, I'd say most underrated faction in the game at the minute.
Starting from the top, what are the 5 most important Ewoks, going from order of importance?
So the most important one, obviously, is your leader in Chirpa.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really have an Ewok team without him. After that, I'd probably say Logray. He's got a lot of really good utility. He gives foresight, offense up, gives them 10 meter. He does everything. He's probably second. Maybe Wicket third. Wicket or Paplu, I'd say, are third and fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So Wicket's your main source of damage, really. Scout's acceptable, but he's not great. But Wicket's damage, he gives a lot of 10 meter, a lot of healing. Or probably most importantly, it's a targeted stealth. And then in Paplu, he's sort of like your Stormtrooper hand for the team back in the old meta, is he goes fast and he grants 10 meter to everyone else. So he really starts the engine.
So here in your guide, you say that if you don't have Logray, Wicket, Scout is acceptable, but basically T-Bow's the worst of all the Ewoks. Is that correct?
He is, yeah. It's quite unfortunate because it's the one a lot of people farmed up for the old Rancor team. Ewoks have got 3 main things going for them. They've got 10 meter gain, they've got spread and buffs, and they've got 10 meter reduction. So, 4 things, healing as well. And T-Bow only really does one of those things. So, as good as he is at the 10 meter reduction, it really doesn't help the rest of the team.
All right, so if you could go without T-Bow, then your second pick to go without would be Scout, and then your third pick to go without would be Wicket. Is that correct? Or Logray?
Well, on a 5-man team, ideally you want the 4 with Zetas, so Chirpa, Paplu, Logray, Wicket.
Mm-hmm.
The 5th is usually going to be Elder.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people have got him 7-star. The one people won't have most likely will be Logray or Wicket.
Okay.
So if you're missing one of those, definitely replace them with Scout.
Fantastic. Now we're going to go over Omegas and Zetas here in a moment, but of course, we don't know what the event's going to be like or how the event is going to go, so things could change and there could be different mechanics, but you've played this team quite a bit in the arena, so I just wanted to start off by talking about Omega orders. What do you suggest as far as Omegas?
I'd say Logray's second special, Prophetic Visions, really gives their opening turn a lot more power because it gives them all offense up and advantage. That's what the Omega does. Most likely almost doubles the damage from your opening few attacks, which is really important for them. After that, you've got Wicket's AoE, gives 5% turn meter for every crit. The Omega makes it 10% turn meter, so double the turn meter. It's up to 50% if you're against a 5-man team. And the Chewie event had 6 characters, I think, so even better if that's the case. Then Chirpa's special, his Mass Assist Tribal Unity, it normally has a 50% damage reduction. The Omega gets rid of that, so it's double damage from that attack. Really can't complain about that. And then the really interesting ones is the basics on Paplu, Logray, and Wicket. So they all have a very similar effect. So I'll take Paplu's as an example. The Omega makes it so that anyone calling him to assist gains defense up for 2 turns. And with Chirpa's lead, you've got a lot of Ewoks will be calling them to assist. So it's Paplu's does defense up, Logray's does tenacity up, and Wicket's is crit chance up. So those 3 Omegas mean you're spreading a lot of buffs around if you've got Chirpa's Zeta especially. And then after that, really, it's all kind of luxury stuff. It's like extra damage or, maybe extra chance for something to trigger, especially like Elder's heals, things like that.
As far as the Zetas are concerned, I currently have a Zeta Chirpa, and you're saying that is the most essential. Is that the only one you think that is way better than the other 3? Because there's a total of 4 Zetas available, correct?
Yeah, 4 Zetas for the whole team.
Okay. Talk about Chirpa's leadership first. So
Chirpa's lead on the surface of it already looks quite good because you've got 60% chance to call an assist on any special ability. So that's not even the same as what you get with Akbar, because even damaging abilities will call an assist. So you can use Chirpa's ability that calls all Ewoks to assist. He'll then call another Ewok again from that lead. Same with things like Wicket's AoE, you're already dealing a lot of damage, and then this will deal more. So it already looks good from that. But then you realise Ewoks all actually have quite strong basics.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was saying with the Omegas a minute or two ago, they'll gain buffs when they're called. Chirpa's Zeta really enables that to spread it to everyone. And then you've got, they're gaining 20% turn meter for every basic as well. So if you get lucky with these basics, I've seen battles where 15 or 20 attacks go off before the enemy's gained any turn meter.
There's crazy turn meter on this team. Crazy, like Imperial Trooper types of turn meter, right? It's crazy. You're good.
Oh yeah, it's insane. Wicket's AoE, when you consider all the different abilities that go into it, the full text is basically, it's AoE damage to everyone, it's a 50% turn meter gain onto everyone, it calls an assist from someone who will then gain 20% turn meter, it's 50% healing from Logray's unique, it's 20% healing from Wicket's unique, and 10% protection healing from Wicket's unique, and that's one ability. Just all the synergies in Ewoks really add together to make every ability do a lot.
And then what about Logray and Paplus? Are they're helpful, but do you think they're going to be required or necessary?
It really depends on the pace of the event, I guess. As I said in the guide, Zeta Chirpa's the only one that really gives extra utility to the team. The other 3 are all passive healing, but in different ways. So if you've got, I don't imagine they'd do this, but if the other team doesn't have a Dispel, Zeta Paplu's probably your best Zeta there, because he just gains so much health. There's a clip that I've got linked to in the guide where I was against the Scoundrel team, and Raid Hand drops him to red health, and 3 turns later he's on full health, bit of protection as well.
Okay.
He just heals himself like crazy.
So we're definitely going to have to see how the event goes. If the event is anything like the Chewie event requiring bounty hunters, there's probably going to be a trick to it. So let's go down to gear and gear order. And this you're talking about who to put the most gear, which characters need to be the highest gear levels. And you're saying Elder and Wicket are the ones that need the most amount of gear.
Yeah, a high gear Elder will mean you can stealth him with Wicket, and then he's not going to die to AoEs because he's got so much health. And even if everyone else starts dying, Elder just revives them. So he's really your sort of panic button in case everything else goes wrong.
Giving stealth to Ewok Elder is vital, and then he can kind of fuel the team, give it a huge amount of sustainability, and keep reviving them.
Yeah, I'd say if there was any trick to this event, it would either be keep Elder stealthed or use Logray's foresight ability at the right time. It's most likely going to be one of those 2.
So you got Wicket and Ewok Elder, and then who would you do thirdly?
Third, I'd say Paplu, because you always want your tank as high gear as possible, especially where Paplu's quite easy to give taunt to on this team, so he's an especially good tank to gear up.
And then lastly, you say that Logray and Chupra are more supportive and last priority as far as gear. This is the part of the guide that really got me, is when you start talking about the arena and how you modded them for the arena. This is fantastic stuff. Let's just go over the mods real quick. Let's start with Paplu. What do you suggest?
Speed. Just one word, speed. That's all you need for him. Because his unique was the first thing that really drew me to them as a team, because these percentage-based effects will only get better as people get better mods and gear levels go up, things like that. So at this point, his plus 25% that he gets on his unique, my plus 146 mod set on him, that's given him about 50 speed he gets from that now.
So Paplu is just straight speed. You don't have to think about it much more than that. Just want him as fast as possible. Your best secondary speed stat mods on Paplu, you want him to go first.
So as much speed as possible on him, he starts the train of turn meter to everyone as well.
Okay, now moving on to Logray.
Yeah, so Logray, along with most of the other Ewoks, you need his base speed to be just as high as Paplu's, so that when Paplu calls an assist, he'll have 100% from Chirpa's lead, giving him 20%. And then after that, all he really needs is potency.
Because he needs to land the days, right? That's his main thing, is Logray is the days, correct?
Yeah, it's days and it's the turn meter reduction as well. So you can target that on either, let's say, their Thrawn, who's going to give their team turn meter. Just slow them down a bit more.
And then what about Chirpa?
Yeah, so Chirpa is outside of like his lead and all of his support stuff. He doesn't actually do much himself. So all he really needs is speed, and crit chance is quite good on him because of a lot of log rays. Like he gains turn meter and gives health up when crits are applied. So it goes for all Ewoks, but specifically for Chirpa, who doesn't need much else, crit chance is the way to go.
So you don't have to be super picky on Chirpa. And then as far as Elda, looks like you want him just to survive. It looks like it's health, and health, right?
Well, you still want his speed to match Paplu's if possible. But yeah, it's all about keeping Elda alive, really.
Okay. And then Wicket needs to have crit chance, right? Because there's an advantage to having crits on Wicket.
Yeah, almost all of Wicket's kit is about crits. So he does give himself crit chance on his basic, which helps that a lot. But his AoE in particular, it's 10% turn meter and 4% health, 2% protection to the entire team every time he crits with that AoE. If you've got him on 100% crit chance, 50% turn meter right off the bat.
So definitely needs the crit chance on Wicket. Looks like you're suggesting 65%, and then the rest you need to kind of... Boy, that's a tricky one right there. Boy, you need crit damage, speed, and offense, as well as having at least 65% crit chance. That's quite a task right there.
Yeah, that's why I listed it in that sort of priority order, is the first thing you need is for him to be fast enough.
Okay.
After that, you want him to deal damage, and then you want the crit chance for more consistency.
And then Scout and Tebow, looks like, those are kind of like a last resort, definitely not using Tebow, but Scout would be an alternative to Wicket or Logray, because those are a little bit more rare right now. No speed needed on Scout, max out crit damage, but he does quite a bit of damage, correct? Yeah,
Scout's a monster when you've got him modded correctly. Because he gains so much turn meter as well, you get a lot of turns out of him. I've seen 30k from him. He works a lot like Resistance Trooper does with all his turn meter gain.
Lastly, I just want to go over this because you use them quite a bit in the arena. Tell me how the battles usually play out in the arena, because I read this and my mind was blown on how it works out.
It does work differently depending on what team you're against, but your first couple of turns are generally, it's all going to be you just controlling the Ewoks. You don't have to worry about the enemy team. Paplu starts almost every time, because if you've got really good mods on him, his unique makes those good mods even better. So really, he's outspeeding anything that's not a BB-8 on a Ray team or these new Revan teams, really. So he'll go first. Paplu will call Logray to assist. Logray is on full turn meter. Logray uses his second special, which gives out advantage, foresight, offense up, and it also gives 20% turn meter. So at this point, your other three Ewoks are probably going to be 100% turn meter. And from there, Chirpa's mass assist, that gives out 10 meter. Wicket's AoE, that gives out 10 meter. Elder's basic, that gives out 10 meter. Just everything revolves around the team then giving itself more turns.
So basically, if you go first, all 5 of your teams is going to go first. And then I think from the way I read this, they're still going to be sitting at about 60% turn meter, right?
Yeah, I mean, once Wicket's used his AoE, everyone's just gained 50%. And then you've got Chirpa's assist, that gives everyone 20%. You've got Elder's basic's got a chance for it. And you've got all these random assists as well from Chirpa's lead that are still throwing out more turn meter.
This is fantastic. So I just want to send everybody over to the Discord server. This is the Ewok Murder Bear server. And then you also have a YouTube channel where the gameplay footage that was in this video came from. So be sure to go and check out your channel. Anything you want to say before we go?
The Murder Bears server's got pretty much everything you need to know. I'm quite active on there myself.
Yeah.
So if you've got any questions for me, that's where to find me.
There you go. Well, now it's time for the giveaway. And I know I've given this one away before, but I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you're in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you'll be getting for free in your account an 8-star Ewok hang glider. This is not a scam. So we're going to have an Ewok ship in the game. What do you think about that?
Yep, can't wait for it. I've definitely got them geared enough.
You'll gear it up for sure. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.